Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, The Forest of Enjoyment, Text 19. So I'll just read this. Kvachicha dussahena kaya abhyantara vaknina grihita sara swa kutumbaya krudyati. What meaning? Kvachicha and sometimes. Dussahena unbearable. Kaya abhyantara vaknina because of the fire of hunger and thirst within the body. Grihita saraha whose patience is exhausted. Swakutumbaya unto his own family members. Krudyati he becomes angry. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Sometimes, due to bodily hunger and thirst, the conditioned soul becomes so disturbed that he loses his patience and becomes angry with his own beloved sons, daughters, and wife. Thus, being unkind to them, he suffers all the more. Purport. Srila Vidyapati Thakur has sung Tatala Saikate Vari Bindu Sama Sutamita Ramani Samaje. The happiness of family life is compared to a drop of water in the desert. No one can be happy in family life. According to the basic civilization, one cannot give up the responsibilities of family life. But today, everyone is giving up family life by divorce. This is due to the miserable condition experienced in the family. Sometimes, due to misery, one becomes very hardened toward his affectionate sons, daughters, and wife. This is but a part of the blazing fire of the forest of material life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padhan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for this Bhagavatam discussion. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to speak Bhagavatam for my own purification. And I'll try my best to speak only to my mind, preaching to my mind. Of course, I'm not qualified to speak to others or give pravachan. So just for my purification to my mind. So in this verse number 19, so basically it's tell how the conditioned soul is suffering in the material forest. So we're seeing from this particular context from past 2 chapters. Even His Holiness Bhaktivika Swami Maharaj, so when we're reading that book, Brahmachari in Krishna Consciousness, he recommends these 2 chapters, that all the brahmacharis or who are aspiring for becoming full-time devotees should read these 2 chapters. So very, very powerful. And this particular verse is in relation to the verse number 8 in chapter 13, the previous chapter. It's a continuation of that, the second portion of it. So we'll go through that also once again. Verse number 8 is this. Sometimes the merchant in the forest wants to climb the hills and mountains, but due to insufficient footwear, his feet are pricked by small stone fragments and by thorns on the mountain. Being pricked by them, he becomes very aggrieved. Sometimes a person who is very attached to his family becomes overwhelmed with hunger, and due to his miserable condition, he becomes furious with his family members. The ambitious conditioned soul wants to be very happy in this material world with his family, but he is compared to a traveler in the forest who desires to climb a hill full of thorns and small stones. As stated in the previous verse, the happiness derived from society, friendship, and love is like a drop of water in the scorching heat of the desert. One may want to become very great and powerful in society, but this is like attempting to climb a hill full of thorns. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur compares one's family life to high mountains. Becoming happy in their association is like a hungry man's endeavoring to climb a mountain full of thorns. Almost 99.9% of the population is unhappy in family life, despite all the attempts being made to satisfy the family members. In the Western countries, due to the dissatisfaction of the family members, there is actually no family life. There are many cases of divorce. And out of dissatisfaction, the children leave the protection of their parents. Especially in this age of Kali, family life is being reduced. Everyone is becoming self-centered because that is the law of nature. Even if one has sufficient money to maintain a family, the situation is such that no one is happy in family life. Consequently, according to the Varnashrama institution, one has to retire from the family life in the middle age. Pancha Shodvam Varam Vrajet. One should voluntarily retire from family life at the age of 50 and go to Vrindavan or a forest. This is recommended by Srila Prahlad Maharaj. Tat sadhu manye asuravarya dehinam tat sada samudvigna diyam asatgrahat hitva papatam grihamanda kupam vanam gato yad dharimashrayeta. There is no benefit in transferring from one forest to another. One must go to the Vrindavan forest and take shelter of Govinda. That will make one happy. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is therefore constructing a Krishna Balram temple to invite its members as well as outsiders to come and live peacefully in a spiritual atmosphere. That will help one become elevated to the transcendental world and return home back to Godhead. Another sentence in this verse is very significant. Kautumbika kridyati vai janaya. When one's mind is disturbed in so many ways, he satisfies himself by becoming angry with his poor wife and children. The wife and children are naturally dependent on the father. But the father, being unable to maintain the family properly, becomes mentally distressed and therefore chastises the family members unnecessarily. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 12.2.9, Achinna dhara dravina yasyanti giri kananam. Being disgusted with family life, one separates from the family by divorce or some other means. If one has to separate, why not separate willingly? Systematic separation is better than forced separation. Forced separation cannot make anyone happy, but by mutual consent or by Vedic arrangement, one must separate from his family affairs at a certain age and fully depend on Krishna. This makes one's life successful. Yes. So where this all started is the sense gratification. As we all know that all the living beings in this conditioned world left the love of Krishna in the spiritual world and came here to enjoy. That is, there is called love of Godhead. And the perverted reflection of love of Godhead in this material world is sex life. And this sex life is the basic principle of material existence. Pumsa striya mituni bhavametam tayor mito hridya gandhi ahu ato grah kshetra sutapta vitte janasya moham aham mameti. So this sloka says, this maithunam, this sex life or the attraction between the male and female is the basic principles or sustenance in this material existence. This is also known as Maithun Agara. This material known as Maithun Agara. So Agar means where a person is kept or a jail is kept in the jail and is not allowed to go anywhere but is kept suffering. So similarly in this world, if we look at the sky, there is no cage over there, no chamber so that people will go out, no chamber. But what is that chamber shackle in this material world is the attraction between the opposite gender. And the attraction is enough for a conditioned soul to keep him here successfully in the material world. And that is the basic principle. And what happens when that attraction comes and both the male and female will engage in sexual intercourse? That is, they get married, engage in sexual intercourse. What is the result? Children. So when the sexual intercourse is there, automatically that knot will become very strong. And then as a result, he'll get the kids. And when there are kids, they need home, school, property, everything. So slowly, this knot increases more and more and more and more. So I was hearing one devotee was giving a nice example, how this activity builds up, keep on giving more and more activities and reactions for this one activity. So if we take an example of a banyan tree, so there comes one seed. If you sow the seed, so this seed has a power to give birth to one big tree. And this big banyan tree has thousands of seeds. And each of the seed has a capability to build thousands and thousands of trees and seeds, few more. So, but it started with the one seed. So similarly, the activity in this world is such like that. One activity we do, so that binds up with another activity, another reaction. And when that reaction comes, we do another activity. So in this way, our conditioned soul is bound up from time immemorial. So it gets attracted with the family, children, property, and various ways, and thinks everything belongs to this body is mine. And when he's getting attracted with this family life, what happens? He suffers. How he suffers? Prahlad Maharaj says, Yenmaitnadigrhamedi sukham hitucham kandu yanena karayoriva dukkha dukkam tripyanti neha kripana bahu dukkha baja kandu tivan manasijam vishaheta dhiraha. So he's telling Grihamedi. So he's thinking this sukha which is there in Grihamedi in family life is sukha. And Prahlad Maharaj is condemning this. This is tuchya, insignificant. There is no happiness in this Grihamedi family life. No, there is no happiness. Instead, what happens? He'll face dukkha dukkha, one after the another, one after the other. He'll get a distress after the distress, distress after the distress. And how this family life or sex life is compared? It's compared like karayor. This whenever we get some itch on the hands, we try to itch it. So we feel some little happiness. But if you go on doing, so what happens? We may get blood also. So this sex life is something like this. Will be bound up again and again. Tripyanti neha means in this material world, tripyanti, he is trying to get satisfaction through the sex life, but he will not get it. Na iha, in this material world, he will not get this. And this kripana, this foolish person, and he keeps on suffering. And how many sufferings? Yes. Bahu dukkha bhaja. Not just one, many sufferings there are. And the sufferings are generally given by Prabhupada as pavarga. We must have heard this. Pavarga. Pa means parishrama or hard labor. So one who is engaged in the family life, he works very hard to maintain his family, means wife, children, everyone. So especially wife, I generally see in my family members who gets married recently when I went to home. The wife is there and the husband works very hard morning till evening and he comes home. And this wife very frequently wants to go to beauty parlor. Even after marriage also. I see some people also, but did not tell. So while we are going for outreach, pass distribution, I think Munnikolal somewhere. So there was one person whom I know. So this person is already married. So I'm going for outreach and going on the road. I saw him and he is with this bike. He's outside, he's waiting. And inside is his wife in beauty parlor. That is a beauty parlor. So whatever earning he is doing, he has to spend to maintain his family and give sense gratification to his wife and children and what more. And when we are doing this youth preaching festival of enlightenment, there are many boys who are coming. They are doing night shift. So in their office, there is no day shift for this particular role. Only night shift. So what is the use of doing night shift? Day also you can work. But people are ready to do it. Why? If you get a nice job, if you work very nicely, hard day and night, you'll get nice salary. And you get nice salary, what is the result? You get a nice marriage, nice wife, and enjoy sex life. And in this way, he works very hard. And because of working very hard, so at the end of night, so when he's sleeping, pa for parishrama, fa means fena or foam. So when he sleeps, he gets this foam from the mouth. So this shows how much struggle is he doing the whole day. And what happens next? Pa, fa, bha. Bha means byartata or frustration. So why is he doing all this? For his own family members. But even though giving so many things for the family members are not satisfied at all. Because of this greediness, we have all the 6 anarthas and one of those is greediness. So how much ever a husband or father may give, but the family members are not at all satisfied. They want more and more and more and more. Not at all satisfied. And because of that, he will be frustrated. And because of this frustration, he shows anger here, as told in this sloka. So he'll be showing his anger on the family members. And sometimes because of hunger, he shows his anger. So I saw in one of my close relatives' house. So they were filthy rich, very rich, few decades before. So because of something, their whole business collapsed. So they came to the poverty-stricken life to such an extent that so there are not even vegetables to cook sabji in the house. They cook rice, white rice, and they put water, they add salt in it and eat it. And because of this, they are trying to struggle with this. And the children who are there, they're also eating this only. So they don't want to eat this anymore. No taste, what to do? And they're fighting with their father. What is this? What are you giving? So like this fight happens. And that is what the conditions of soul suffers. And next, even the accumulating many things, doing all this hard labor, everything, he may live one day. He has to live one day. Because of it's called bhaya. Fear. When if it everything is removed from you, what happens? That fear is there in the heart. Bhaya. And next is mrityu. So why is working all the day and night? He works very hard and finally he has to leave everything by death. This is called pavarga. And Prabhupada all the time says one has to go beyond this pavarga. One should become apavarga. Need not struggle with this. And in fact, in this family life, basically in the material existence, there is no happiness at all. Prabhupada says one should be convinced of this. There is no happiness in this material world. Then where is this happiness then? So Rishabdev gives many instructions to his children, 100 children. So in that first instruction, first sloka, he says, so there is no happiness in this sense gratification. Even the animals like stool-eating pigs, they're also having this sense gratification, they're also enjoying. And we have got this wonderful human form of life. If we are also doing the same thing, then what is the difference between an animal and a human being? So there should be a difference. There is no actual happiness in this. Everyone is struggling in this material world. Then where is this happiness then? Brahma Saukyam Anantyam. This happiness is there in spiritual life. And we can see Shukadeva Goswami, when he is in his mother's womb, he was there for 12 years. And Vyasadeva is asking, please come out. He's telling, no, I cannot come. If I come out, you will trap me again. By doing job, family life, you will trap me in this family life. No, I will not come. So finally, no worries, you'll come. I will not trap you. So finally, Shukadeva Goswami comes out after 12 long years staying in his mother's womb. And one day, when he comes out of this mother's womb, he just leaves everyone, he just goes away, walking in the forest. And Vyasadeva is running behind Shukadeva Goswami. Please wait, where are you going? Vyasadeva is running behind Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami stopped and telling, you told me you will not trap me, then why are you calling me then? If you are not going to trap me. And just goes away. And Vyasadeva, so what to do now? So he has to get his son back. So he thought something. So he told two of his disciples, you please go in the forest and chant these two slokas. So if at all my son hears this, he'll come back to me. So there's a beautiful slokas. He sends with his two disciples. So one sloka is, Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam sayapayapya sadvi lebhe gatim va vichitam tatonyam kamba dayalum sharanam rajema. Another beautiful sloka. What is this? I forgot that. Barha pidam natavarapu karnayor karnikaram bibratvasaha kanaka kapisham vaijayanti shamalam randran venuradara sudaya purayan gropa vrinde vrindaranyan swapadaramanam pravishad gita kirtihi. So these are the two slokas discussing about the merciness of the Lord, merciful Lord, Lord Krishna, and the beautiful form of the Lord. And when these two disciples of Vyasadeva, they went to the forest chanting these two slokas. And they came to near to Shukadeva Goswami. And Shukadeva Goswami heard both the slokas and attracted to the Lord. Who is this so merciful Lord? But before that, he's already happy in Brahma Saukyam. That is, he's an impersonalist. Shukadeva Goswami. That's not a Mayavadi, but he's impersonalist. He's convinced that there is no happiness in this material world. Brahma Saukyam Anantam. So the happiness which is there in Brahma Jyoti, that is millions and millions of times greater than the happiness in this material world. That Tuchcha which is there, insignificant, is on that unlimited happiness. But after hearing these two slokas, he thought that what happiness is there in Brahma Jyoti, this is insignificant to the unlimited happiness of the love of God. So what are these two slokas? So we'll see one sloka in detail. Aho bakiyam sthanakala kutam jigam sayapaya yapya sadvi lebe gatim dad ruchitam tatonyam kamvadayalum sharanam vrajema. So this Baki, this Putana comes to kill Krishna, baby Krishna, who is only few days old. Stanakala Kutam, this Kuta, this poisonous poison which is there, she applied that poison on the breast or the nipple of her. And she comes to the house of Nanda Maharaj and takes the baby Krishna on her lap. And she starts giving her milk to Krishna. And Krishna is also sucking her milk. But along with the milk, Krishna sucked her life air also. And he's sucking so hard that she is able to feel that she's going to leave her body. And immediately she comes out with the pain, please leave me, leave me, leave me. She's shouting. And suddenly she'll get out with her actual Rupa as a demon. It's a huge, few miles away, such a huge demon she is. And finally she is dead. And all the people are looking, all the Vrajavasis are very, very anxious mood. What happens to Krishna? They went and they got back to Krishna. So this particular shloka is told. So this Baki who is there, who came to kill Krishna. So Krishna gave to that Baki, that demon, a position of a mother, nurse in the spiritual world. And hearing this, Shukadeva Goswami, who is already in the transcendental platform, got attracted to this. Who is such a great Lord? The person who is coming to kill him, he gave that position of a mother in the spiritual world. Who can be more merciful than this? So this is called love. So how Lord is very, very merciful and loving to his dear living entities. And the opposite side in the material world, it's called lust. There is no love in this material world. The only thing is lust. How to enjoy the other person. How to exploit the other person. But the opposite way, the Krishna has this love for all of us. And Krishna shows his love for all of us in various ways. So one thing is he comes in the form of various incarnations to this material world to reclaim back all of us. And secondly, he sends his dear devotees, acharyas, to tell this knowledge, please come back to me. And another way, he gives his own Bhagavad Gita, Vedic literatures, so that we will take advantage of this and understand our position as a spirit soul, and we have to render service to the Lord and go back to him. And most merciful is he himself is coming in the form of a devotee and helping us. What is this love of Godhead all about is? So Krishna comes in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Mahaprabhu comes in the form of a devotee to show us what is this love of Godhead means, what is this bhakti means. So when Krishna is instructing Arjuna, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshaishyami Masucha. So he told this, and many people took this impractical. How can we surrender? So Krishna is known as Krishna Vande Jagat Guru. So Krishna is Jagat Guru. So Guru means who? Guru means he's not just preaching, but also he's showing by his personal example. So Krishna is telling, please surrender unto me. But he himself is not surrendering. How to surrender? He wants to show, right? To Guru means he has to personally show also. So that for that, Krishna comes in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is showing the form of surrender, how to surrender to the Lord, how to practice bhakti. So Krishna comes and shows his wonderful pastimes. And Mahaprabhu, so in the initial few years, so he plays his role as this, what do you call this? Is a Vedantist. And he does his pastimes. So after that he meets his spiritual master Ishwar Puri. And from then he'll start practicing bhakti, showing us how to practice bhakti. And he wants to show all the people in the Bengal that what is there in the spiritual world. What is this love of Godhead all about? There is nothing in this material world. What is this love of Godhead? So once so happened, she was in ecstasy, experiencing the spiritual bliss of love of the Lord. And he was in ecstasy, and he was on the floor lying, and he's calling out, Gopi, 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 calling out for the gopis. In the mood of a gopi is there. And his students, Mahaprabhu's students, and came telling to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, why are you chanting the name of Gopi? You have to chant the name of Krishna. And when Mahaprabhu heard this, he took the stick and ran behind. That Krishna, what are you telling about Krishna? That rascal, he left all the gopis and went away. You're talking about him, Hari? No, we shouldn't talk about him. So he started chasing his own student, and his student ran away for his life. And he started speaking to all these other friends. See what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing? This Gauranga is running behind me. I'm telling to chant Hare Krishna's name, and he's not chanting Krishna's name, instead he's chanting Gopi's name. So in this way, his students started blaspheming Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu understood this. I came in this world to give this love of Lord, to cure this message, to give this disease by the medicine of love of God. But this medicine is giving more. This disease is increasing more and more because of this. So people taking this in the wrong way. So then Mahaprabhu thought this. I want to take sannyas. I want to renounce. So why one Mahaprabhu has to take this? So that's when sannyasi is there, automatically people in the general, they pay obeisances to sannyasi, saffron clothes. So when they show respects, then so Mahaprabhu thought, then I will shower mercy unto him, so that they can practice bhakti nicely. And Mahaprabhu has this in the mind. So he went to, so all the time they go to, in the night, they do nocturnal kirtans in the house of Srivas Pandit. And one day, they are also continuing this kirtan in the night. And all the devotees were in ecstasy, dancing very nicely. And Mahaprabhu personally was dancing, singing and dancing. All the devotees in ecstasy. But little bit after some time, while going on this kirtan, so small sounds are here, crying sounds. And Srivas Thakur heard this, and I went into the house, in the another room. So Srivas Thakur found that his son died. And all the females there, they were crying because of this. And Srivas Thakur told all his family members, his wife and others, you please stop crying. If you don't stop crying, you keep crying like this, my Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will get disturbed and his ecstasy will be lost. So please stop this. If you are not doing this, I will drown in Ganga, I will commit suicide. So after this, all the people stopped crying. And then Srivas Thakur entered the house and the room where the kirtan is going on. And the time is passing, everything. So slowly the kirtan is reduced. Everyone feeling some sadness. And Mahaprabhu started asking, is something wrong here? Then one devotee told, yes, our Srivas Thakur's son died, left his body. Then Mahaprabhu asked, why you didn't tell me? He's asking. So how long this happened? It was 7.5 hours before this what happened. Then why you didn't tell? Then the other devotee told, Srivas thought, if you gets to know this, it will be disrupting your ecstasy, Mahaprabhu. So that's why Srivas Thakur didn't tell you. So after hearing this, so Mahaprabhu was thinking, hugging, he was crying. Mahaprabhu was crying. So Srivas Thakur, for me you're doing this. His own son dead, but is just for his own pleasure. Srivas Thakur is not caring for his own family. So then Mahaprabhu started crying because of this. And in the mind he's thinking, so if after I take sannyas, how can I leave these devotees? How can I? Sannyas means you should be alone. How can I leave the association of these wonderful devotees? How can I leave them? So we can see here Mahaprabhu is taking risk that he wants to leave the association of his own devotees also. Lord always wants to be in the devotees association. And devotees wants to be in the association of the Lord. And Lord is taking this austerity to be away from his own devotees by taking sannyas for all the people in this world. For all the people. And later, Mahaprabhu takes sannyas in the place called Katwa from Keshav Bharati. So after taking sannyas, he started shaving his head. He tells one barber to shave his head. And all the devotees were also there. And they are telling this barber, you please don't cut the hair of Mahaprabhu. If you cut, we'll kill you. But Mahaprabhu is telling, you please cut, no worries. And it is described, so half of the head of the Mahaprabhu is shaved. And it's described that Mahaprabhu is even more beautiful now. And at that time, Mahaprabhu starts dancing. But all the devotees are crying because looking at the situation. And Mahaprabhu starts dancing. And everyone forgot this pain. And all others also started dancing. And at that time, when everyone is in ecstasy, Mahaprabhu stopped and told barber, please continue this also. So he shaved his head. So Mahaprabhu, who is known as the enjoyer, Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, that Sarvaloka Maheshwara, who is the supreme proprietor of all the planets and all the demigods, that supreme enjoyer is renouncing everything. He has only mother, Sachi Mata, and his beautiful wife. He left everything for all of us. And Mahaprabhu is doing such a great feat, renouncing everything just for all of us, so that he can help all the souls in this material world to go back to the spiritual world. This is called love. This is called love. But the thing is, how we can love Krishna now? After understanding how to love Krishna, how to get that Krishna prema, how to get it? Rupa Goswami says, Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita madhi kriyatam yata kutobi labhyate tatra laulam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukriter na labhyate. So to get this Krishna prema, love of Godhead, one has to get this laulyam, tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam. One mulya is there, one price we have to pay. That is laulyam, that intense greed to attain the Lord. And this is very, very difficult to get it. But wherever you find this greediness, intense greed to attain the Lord, wherever you find, purchase it. Kriyatam, purchase it. Kriyatam, purchase this laulyam. Because even though taking number of koti, thousands and thousands of lives, by doing various austerities, penances, one cannot attain this greediness to attain the Lord. So one has to purchase this greediness. And when one purchases this, then he can make progress. And how this greediness should be, how this hankering should be. So one of the sloka of Vritrasura prayers, beautiful, I think third sloka of this Vritrasura prayers. There are few verses. In one of this, it says how this hankering should be for the Lord. Ajata paksha iva mataram kaga stanyam yata vatsatarakshudarta priyam priyeva vishitam vishanna manoravindaksha didikshate tvam. Ajata paksha iva mataram kaga. So there are birdlings in the nest. So mother goes out to get the food for the birdlings. And all the birds are waiting when my mother bird will come and feed us. So they're waiting, the hankering is there. But Vritarasura is telling, this is not the right analogy, this is not the right. Why? Because they're waiting to get something from a mother. Some reciprocation is there. They're hankering for something, they want some food. This is not the right example. So he told them, Stanyam yata vatsatarakshudartha. So how when the cow is being milked and the calves are kept somewhere else, and when milking is done, then calves are the milk is left for the calves to drink. So here the calves are waiting for the mother. So he's thinking this is also not right. He's also waiting to get something. Then he gives Priyam Priyeva Vishitam Vishanna. When a wife or the beloved is waiting in the house and the husband leaves, maybe for some foreign tour or for some office work, he leaves for many days or many months. And this wife is waiting for the husband to come, beloved to come. And is not aspiring anything to get something from the husband. She just wants the association of his husband, that's it. There is no hankering for it. So this is how the hankering should be for the Lord. Oh Lord, I want to come with you, I want to be with you. This is how hankering should be. And we see our Goswamis also, how they are hankering in Vrindavan. Hey Radhe Vrajadevi Ke Chalalite. So Radha, where are you? Oh Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Sutta, where are you? So they are all hankering after Krishna. And we can see the same hankering in various Goswamis like Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. So let's discuss something about Sanatan Goswami. So when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Puri, and so Sanatan Goswami wants to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there are two routes to go to Gambhira, where Mahaprabhu stays. And there is a straight route towards the temple. And he was thinking, if I go in that way, all the pujaris, pandas who are there, so they come in touch with me. All this Sanatana Goswami was struggling with the disease, leprosy. And was thinking, when I go in that route, all the pujaris who are their devotees, when they look at me or they touch, they get contaminated. So I'll not go this way. I'll go the other way to the ocean path. So it's full of sand, and it is mentioned it's very, very hot at that time in the midday. It's very hot. But we can see that the sand is very, very hot. But Sanatan Goswami is not thinking about it. I want to attain Mahaprabhu. I want to see Mahaprabhu. He was not thinking anything. I just is going on this hot sand road only. And there were mentioned a lot of blisters on the feet of Sanatan Goswami. So he's not bothered about all these blisters and all, because his goal is fixed. I want to see Mahaprabhu. He is intensely anchoring to meet Mahaprabhu. So all the other bodily things which are there, he's not bothering about this. So same thing we can see in Raghunath Das Goswami also. So when he's left his home, I think it took 40 around days for him to reach Jagannath Puri. And in that day, he got food only for few days. Remaining days, he's sleeping somewhere and eating somewhere a little bit. For many days, he didn't get food also. He's just traveling. I think for 40 kilometers per day he's traveling. 40 kilometers he's traveling per day. 40 kilometers walking, it's very difficult. But Raghunath Das Goswami is fixed in his goal. I want to attain Krishna. And he's not bothered about all these stuffs. And we can see in the case of even Narada Muni also. So when he served the Bhakti Vedantas very nicely, and he got this taste of hearing Krishna Katha more and more. And after his mother passed away, he goes to the forest and he's traveled all over the world, traveling. And at some point, he gets the darshan of the Lord in his heart. And for some time gets this taste. And immediately Lord removes that darshan. And he's anchoring. And he's praying to the Lord, why? I want to see that form of the Lord again. I want to see it. And Lord tells, oh Narada, in this life you cannot see me. So you have to take birth again to see me. So why am I doing this? So those who are still, there are tints of sinful activities in the heart, he cannot see me. And another thing what Lord says is, so I'm doing this activity because to increase your longing for me, to increase your hankering for me. So what happens, one increases his hankering for the Lord, all the material desires which are there will be reduced slowly and gradually and will be destroyed. So this intense hankering a devotee can develop to attain the Lord. And when he develops all these small things which are there, Grihamanda Kupam, will not hanker for this, will not basically get into ditch of this conditioned life. So how to get this anchoring? First thing is hearing about this, all these great personalities who have that hankering for the Lord. Kriyatam, purchase wherever you find it. So if we see devotees around us who have this hankering, serving those devotees, I am praying for the Lord. Oh Lord, please give me this hankering. This devotee is serving very nicely. He has this wonderful greed to attain you. When will I get it? Appreciating the devotee, going in front of the Lord, praying for devotee. So what happens is when we appreciate those devotees, the same qualities also will imbibe in us also. So when I appreciate devotee, these devotees having such a wonderful quality, I also want to get this quality of hankering for the Lord. I will also can get it. And another way how we can get this hankering, understanding that Sambandha Jnana, that I am part and parcel of Krishna. Mama evamsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. That I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am meant to serve Krishna and no one else. When that Sambandha Jnana is cleared, then automatically attain that hankering. Lord, I want to attain you. And when the goal is fixed, and my goal is only Krishna and nothing else. When the goal is fixed and nothing else, and automatically a devotee feels some hankering. I want to attain Krishna. That hankering comes. Another way is understanding what is my fallen condition. I want to practice bhakti. Even the goal is fixed. But my condition is so much. All the time I'm thinking about sense gratification. Even though I'm staying in the ashram, my mind is always in the sense gratification. Then how can I attain Krishna? Automatically from the heart that prayers will come. Oh Lord, I want to attain. Please help me. So look at my fallen condition. Bhakti Vinod Thakur prays. Amito durjanati sada durachara Koti koti janme mora nahi ko uddhara. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur is telling, Ami to durjana hati. I am the most wicked, sinful person. Sada durachara. All the time doing all the mischievous activities. So if I be in this attitude, even if I take koti koti janma for millions of lifetimes, oh Lord, I cannot get your mercy. Please help me. So what is another bhajan? Gauranga karuna karo dinahi jane mosama patita prabhu nahi tribhuvane. I understand my fallen situation and automatically the prayers come from the heart. Oh Lord, please help me. So when we chant, we can have this. So what is this durachara? So what is my fallen condition? I'm not able to remove that sense gratification desire from my heart. And what else? I have the desire for puja, labha, pratishta. And I'm not able to see other devotees are progressing very nicely. They are doing wonderful service. I'm getting enviousness of because of this. Having this all this dust in the heart, how can I attain you, O Lord? Please help me. Please help me. With the prayers we can ask. Then this intense hankering develops. Understanding our fallen position. Even though nothing is happening in this way, now I'm not able to pray to the Lord. I'm not able to understand what is my fallen condition. I'm not able to fix my goal. Nothing is happening. Finally, at least one thing is there. The gratitude. The gratitude that I got this wonderful opportunity to practice bhakti. That Srila Prabhupada has given this wonderful way to practice bhakti, break the cycle of birth. And I'm not convinced in this shastra, but it's okay. I got this wonderful opportunity to practice bhakti. And ashram devotees, we can tell at least. So we got this wonderful life of brahmachari life. No tension, like how it's mentioned in this whole chapter, these two chapters. How a family life is very, very difficult. Working hard, satisfy the family members, and not just the family members. When there is three in the life, so three comes from the word vistar. When Sri is there, she vistars, she expands. Now I have only one my relatives. After marriage, now wife is there, their family relatives are there. I have to satisfy my family members and also other family, their family members. So it keeps expanding more and more. But we don't have that bondage now. So we got this wonderful opportunity to stay in the ashram, practice bhakti nicely. So one contemplation of mine is like this. So even though I'm not having this goal fixed in my life. So one thing is there, 3 times I'm getting nice prasadam. Morning we have dal, rice, sabji, roti, and afternoon fruits. Evening wonderful prasadam. Thursday feast, Saturday feast, Sunday feast. Such a wonderful luxury life. Where will you get outside? Very difficult. At least in the ashram life I'm getting by the mercy of all the devotees. So because Prabhupada's mercy is there here, all the devotees' mercy is there. At least I can be grateful for this, what I'm getting. I need not struggle outside like others, how they are struggling. But I'm getting this such a wonderful life at least. Of course, this is on the material platform at least taking. At least on this material platform, I can have this gratitude. I'm getting this wonderful opportunity because of the devotees, our superior spiritual masters. And how can I show this gratitude towards them? They want us to attain Krishna. If we can attain Krishna, you can attain this Krishna prema, they'll be the first ones who will be very, very pleased. So for their pleasure, oh Krishna, I want to attain you. Please give this intense eagerness to attain you. I don't have this intense desire to attain you, but your devotees will be pleased if I can have this desire, if I can attain your love. So for their pleasure, at least, I want to please them. You please shower this intense desire for me to attain you. Intense love of yours to attain yourself. Please give me this. So in this way, we can develop this intense attachment, intense hankering to attain the Lord. So when that intense hankering is there, so whatever bodily discomforts are there, we will not be bothered about this. So basically, it's talking about here the family life. And we are the full-time devotees in the ashram. And we also are family. We sleep together, eat prasadam together. It's also family. And when we have this family atmosphere, then we can stay here. But it's on a different level. Our father is Krishna. Our father is Krishna. That is different. So that family atmosphere here is there. But in this family also sometimes we get some discomforts. I'm just contemplating all this, speculating. Sometimes when I'm very, very hungry, when prasadam is not ready, obviously it will be ready on time. But sometimes if prasad is not ready, that anger I'll show on others. Same how the husband is showing anger because of the hunger on the family members. Similarly, sometimes in the association of devotees also, I also may have this anger. I am facing this, I'm just taking. So when that hunger is there, that anger comes and will show on the other devotees. So, but when we come out of this bodily conception of life, when we have this intense anchoring, like Raghunathas Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, they are not bothered about this. Because their goal is fixed, they are hankering for Krishna, they are not bothered about this. So when this hankering is there, this bodily necessities also, it should be taken care, but sometimes when there is some discomfort in the heart, it's there, it's okay. Will not be bothered. Because my goal is to attain Krishna, it will come. Maybe it will be little late, but it will come for sure. So in this way, we can develop this intense anchoring to attain Krishna, taking the example of all the Goswamis and all our dear Srila Prabhupada. And when this intense anchoring is there, all the bodily discomforts which are there will not be troubled by those stuff. And because of this intense anchoring, all the material desires which are there, that also will be reduced. And we need not enter in this family life. This is the best thing. So if this intense anchoring is not there, so there is every step that we may fall down. Even though intense anchoring is there, but sometimes Maya is very, very powerful. At any moment, Maya can trick us. So intense anchoring should be there every moment. And when this is developed, automatically we can attain Krishna and need not be in this struggle of family life as mentioned here. So with this I would like to conclude. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If there are any questions, comments, corrections, you can take 3 minutes, are there? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।